So today I decided to clean the glass on the tank, and it's something I've been kind of ignoring for a few days, and the algae was getting pretty thick. This is the stubborn stuff that just will not come off the glass with a regular cleaning magnet. I'm not even sure what it is, and I'd love to know because it's very annoying. And I filmed a moment because it's something I see all the time, but I was wondering, do you see the same thing in your tank? As I'm scraping the glass, I notice that the fish are chasing the cleaner magnet. And I'm always, a little concerned that I might slam into them with a magnet. I mean, they seem to swim right into its path. I'm zigging, they're zagging, and I'm like, is there going to be a wreck? It never happens, but it's just kind of funny how they get so close. And well, why are they doing this? Actually, it wasn't just a cleaning magnet. It was the Easy Blade that I use, which is a razor blade that carves the algae out the glass. It doesn't come off with a regular magnet. So I was doing that, and I can see all the little bits flying off, the glass, and of course the fish are devouring it left and right. And I was wondering, do your fish do the same thing? Here you can see me scrubbing away slightly. It was kind of hard to hold the camera and the magnet and keep track of the fish and keep them in the frame all at once. But as I'm working this glass, the algae is flipping off into the water column and the vortex blowing it around. So you see Spock is basically getting the majority of it right now, but you'll see other fish get involved. And I noticed, which is kind of funny, that it didn't happen today. Normally the two yellow coarse wrasses are right there. I mean, they are super in my way. And if I dig into the sand bed significantly and create a stir, they are even more prone to jump right into the fray and try to find things. I don't even know what they're finding. But look, you've got a skunk clown coming over, the copperband comes over, anthias come over. In this instance, it really was the tangs that were the most excited. And you'd think I never fed these guys. Something else that was kind of nice or appealing to me as I was doing this, because this is a big, long ordeal. I can't just knock this out in 5 minutes. This usually takes me about 20 minutes to do all the glass from the 400-gallon and the 60-gallon anemone cube. But as I was working my way across the reef from the filmy disgustingness to the crystal clear starfire glass, the corals became more and more vivid. And that made it even more worth it to me, because I love beautiful corals, and when they're hidden behind a film, it's really a shame. So I scrape down to the sand bed. Some people worry about what happens to the sand, or will it get caught in the magnet. You need to be aware of what you're doing. I'm using a larger grade sand, so that usually isn't a factor. I tend to cut straight down against the sand bed. I'll hit it over and over to kind of break right there where the substrate touches the glass. But when I'm all done, the tank looks great. Another helpful tip when using your cleaning magnets with a blade, I would recommend that you slam the blade into the silicone. Don't try to run downhill next to the silicone like you're slicing, because you might get under the silicone. But if you just bump into the silicone and back and forth, just bump as you work your way up the silicone bead, you'll have less of a risk of damaging the seal of the tank. This is something that I've been doing for many years. I obviously don't go crazy. I just want to get it clean up to the silicone. But the reef a few hours later was nice and clear. I also cleaned the refugium zone with a credit card because the sump and refugium are made of acrylic, and I don't want to scratch that with a razor blade. I still need to finish cleaning the black panel on the back side of the 400-gallon, the far end on the left. And I'd like to clean the back of this tank as well, the anemone cube. But, I thought I'd show you all the tentacles that are out and the clowns are out. Everyone's getting hungry. It's almost dinner time. So I thought I'd film this and get this shared on YouTube tonight. I really do enjoy the view I have in my tank every single day. I get to look up from when I'm building a sump or any other kind of acrylic wares for my customers, and to my right is a beautiful reef, and then a little bit further to my right is a beautiful anemone cube filled with activity. At some point I'm going to have to move Dory, but for now she's still in there until I can catch her. There will be a live stream this Saturday at 2 o'clock Central Time.